I would like to call to order the Board of Education meeting for May 19, 2026. The board will now hear comments on closed session agenda items. Members of the audience must submit a blue speaker request form before the meeting begins. Members who wish to provide public comments via Zoom must indicate their intent before the meeting begins by selecting the Raise Your Hand button. We are finalizing the list of speakers who wish to address the board related to closed session topics. If you are joining us via Zoom, please use the raise hand reaction now. To remain consistent with those attending in person, we will only recognize those with their hands raised now, and we will not add any further speakers to the queue once we begin. The board will not respond to questions posed by those making public comments.
We don't have any blue cards. I don't think there is anybody on Zoom.
Thank you. The board will now convene to close session. The board will now convene open session and report out from closed session. Open session of the Board of Education meeting is live on YouTube. Visit the NHUSD Board of Education web page for the link. Relative to closed session items 3A through 3D, the board took no action. Members of the community may submit public comments to the board via email at publiccomment@nhusd.k12.ca.us before each meeting. The board received one public comment via email for tonight's meeting. Members of the audience may address the board on any school-related matters that are not on the agenda during agenda item number 6 or on the agenda during agenda item number 7. Members of the audience must submit a blue speaker request form before the meeting begins. Members who wish to provide public comments virtually via video conference must indicate their intent before the meeting begins by selecting the Raise Your Hand button. We are now finalizing the list of those who wish to address the board tonight. If you are joining us via Zoom, please use the Raise Hand reaction now. To remain consistent with those attending in person, we will only recognize those with their hands raised now, and we will not add any further speakers to the queue once we begin. The board will not respond to questions posed by those making public comments. We do pledge. Trustee Kumar, please lead us. Thank you.
Will the audience please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which is stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Kumar. Could we have a roll call, please?
Here.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here. Thank you. May I have a motion and second to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Could I please request Trustee Irby to do the acknowledgement?
Certainly. We want to open this meeting by acknowledging with respect and love that the land we are on today is the traditional ancestral home of the Ohlone Chochenyo First People. We recognize and thank the Ohlone people as the original stewards of this land. Indigenous people must not be spoken about in the past context as if they had left on their own accord when the real causes were white supremacy, manifest destiny, and U.S. colonization. By recognizing we stand on the occupied indigenous territory of the Ohlone people, we recommit ourselves to listen to Native leadership and stand in solidarity with people struggling against systems of oppression throughout the world, past and present.
Thank you. Are there any blue cards for topics that are not on the agenda?
We have 2 blue cards.
Thank you. I will call on speakers one at a time. Please keep your comments to a maximum of 1 minute, please. Thank you.
The first speaker is JP Sahi.
Okay, I was told I had 2 minutes, so is that okay?
Actually, we have a lot of speakers. That's why we like, no. Okay, can have, let's go back to 2 minutes. Okay, we can have 2 minutes.
Okay.
Video.
Thank you. Good evening, trustees. My name is Jitinder Sahi, and I serve as the chair of the Punjabi Parent Advisory Group, or the PPAG, within New Haven Unified School District. Tonight, I want to take a moment to sincerely thank the district, the school board, administrators, staff, and community members for working alongside PPAG to help make the first Punjabi graduation ceremony a reality. With a special thanks to principals Ron Polk, Ramon Camacho, Kimberly Pettit, and Logan House principal Suki Sidhu for their assistance. What took place this past weekend at Logan was truly historical. It was the first Punjabi graduation ceremony in California and likely the first one within public school district within the United States. More importantly, it was a celebration where students and families felt seen, valued, and connected both their educational achievements and cultural identity. This event would not have been possible without the district's partnership and willingness to support new ideas that celebrate the diversity of our students. On behalf of PPAG and our families, thank you for believing in this vision and helping make history for our community. Later this evening, you'll hear speakers regarding the proposed renaming of Cesar Chavez Middle School to Jaswant Singh Kalra Middle School. We believe this conversation is also connected to the district's commitment to inclusion and representation. Part of the district's strategic goal number 4 focuses on inclusiveness for all students. And board policy F7310 specifically states one criteria for naming as, quote, school and individual building names should reflect the cultural diversity of the district. As of today, the Punjabi community, which represents a significant part of New Haven Unified School District, does not have a school in recognition of its community, history, or contributions. We hope the district will continue reflecting on ways all students and communities can feel represented and included within New Haven Unified School District. Thank you.
Next speaker is Margaret Herring.
Good evening, President, board members, superintendent, and district leaders. My name is Margaret Herring, and we are here tonight because we are deeply concerned about what has happened at New Haven Academy. The majority of our staff have been involuntarily reassigned from a school we helped build, support, and sustain. We understand that programs change. We understand that districts have the right to create new vision in schools, but we also believe that change should be handled with transparency, fairness, dignity, and respect. Many of us were told that these decisions were based on program need and alignment. Yet we have not been given clear evidence explaining how experienced staff members who have been doing the work of independent study, hybrid learning, student support, family communication, online curriculum, intervention, and relationship building are suddenly not aligned with the future of this program. In recent weeks, I have sat in meetings as a supportive colleague with staff members who requested support regarding their reassignments. In those meetings, I have learned more about the depth and talent of the New Haven Academy faculty. We have staff members with long histories of innovation, strong technological knowledge, deep relationships with children and families, and proven commitment to non-traditional education. One of our staff members was even featured in the New Haven magazine for the work being done at our site. That is what makes this so difficult to understand. We have been told that we will do well at other sites or that we can impact students somewhere else. While that may be true, it does not answer the larger question. Why remove the people who understand this program, believe in the program, and want to help build the future? We are not here because we are against change. We are here because New Haven Academy, we care about New Haven Academy. We believe in the vision and the strong K-12 hybrid program. We believe students deserve experienced educators who understand flexibility, intervention, accountability, and relationships. We are asking the board to look closely at the process. We are asking for transparency, fairness, and a genuine review of how these decisions were made. Most of all, we are asking that the district live up to the values of dignity, belonging, collaboration, and respect, not only for our students, but for the educators who serve them.
Do we have any Zoom hands? Okay.
Mac, you're online. Like to share?
Hello, good evening, school board. My name is Mac McAvoy, an ESSJ Scholar Class of 2028, and I would like to start off by appreciating all of you guys for being so willing to listen and communicate with us. I feel very fortunate to have a school board that truly values student voices and takes them into consideration. I saw many of you guys at ESSJ graduation just the other night, and that was great seeing your guys' support, and I know how much you guys care. And now that we have your full attention, you have the opportunity to take those student voices into account and vote on this topic. I urge you all to think seriously about your decision. Not only will this resolution ensure the safety of our students and keep up the attendance rates, but it will also provide trust. Trust that our district truly cares and will do what it takes to protect the community and people inside of it. It's important for people to know their rights, but people cannot be expected to know if they are not told. And I think it would be extremely beneficial for those rights to be presented to everyone who needs to hear them. And I hope that we get to a point where there is full trust and ensured safety in our schools. And I believe every student should feel that they are valued, safe, and supported. And I hope that you guys can all agree. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Mac.
We have one more off the agenda.
Okay.
It's Gabriella Christie.
Hello, members of the board, Superintendent Thompson. I'm Gabriella. I'm here on behalf of Supervisor Lisa Marquez. We'd love to invite you and all the New Haven families to our signature event, Science in the Park, happening October 3rd at Cal State East Bay. Science in the Park is a biennial event hosted by Supervisor Marquez, and it was created by the late Supervisor Richard Valle. It's a free, family-friendly day to support STEAM, along with the environmental and health activities, while supporting the school districts in District 2, which is Hayward, Union City, Newark, and Fremont. We'll have hands-on exhibits, including water rockets building and launches, live animal demonstrations, an egg drop contest, bicycle repair station, free health screenings, and much more. I've left postcards with the details. Please share them with your communities. We also encourage teachers and students and clubs to host a booth, and also teachers are given a stipend for the day. We'd love to see you there. In fact, we have an elected officials game where you can win money for your district's foundation. So please look out for the invitation to that later, to that part of the event later this year. And thank you so much for all your help and everything you do. And if you need additional information, please let me know. And I'll also follow up with this electronically. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Gabriella. Are there any blue cards for topics on the agenda?
Yes. The first speaker is Eknjat Sahi.
Good evening, Superintendent and members of the board. My name is Ekamjot Kaur Sahi, and I am a proud alum of Cesar Chavez Middle School and currently a student at James Logan High School. Tonight, I am speaking on behalf of many students, parents, alumni, and community members who support the renaming of CCMS in honor of Jaswant Singh Kalra. Among the names being considered, Jaswant Singh Kalra emerged as the leading choice in the community survey. The result demonstrated that many students, family, alumni, and residents believe his legacy and values deserve to be honored within our school district. His life continues to symbolize bravery, fairness, and standing up for rights and dignities of others. Jaswant Singh Kalra was a Punjabi human rights activist who stood up for the truth and spoke for people whose voices had been silenced. His courage continues to inspire people around the world, especially young people like me. This year, the Punjabi Parent Advisory Group, or PPAG, also established a scholarship in Jaswant Singh Kalra's name to honor students who demonstrate leadership and community service. In addition, a school in Fresno was recently named after him, showing the growing recognition of his legacy and impact. As a Punjabi student, seeing someone from our history represented in our school district would mean so much. It would send a message that all students and cultures matter, and that standing up for others is something worth honoring. CCMS helped shape who I am today. Renaming the school after Jaswant Singh Kalra would inspire future students to lead with courage, compassion, and pride in their community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Jappreet Sahi.
Good evening, board members, staff, parents, and the students. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak on the renaming of the Cesar Chavez Middle School. First, before I start, I want to honor Dolores Rueta for her lifelong fight for farm workers, dignity, fair wages, and coming out and telling the truth. I would also like to offer my full support to Ethnic Studies and Social Justice Academy's request for their safe spaces. Jaswant Singh Khalra was a human rights activist from Punjab, India, in 1990s, and he gave up his life exposing massacre of innocent Sikhs by the India government at that time. Jaswant Singh Khalra's message was clear. We must be lamps that challenge the darkness. He stood for the truth, human rights, and speaking up for the voiceless, values that transcend any one community. These are the values for all the communities. In a diverse Bay Area districts with a vibrant Sikh population, naming our school after him would give students a powerful local and global role model. Someone who chooses moral courage over personal safety. Our children walk the halls of school every day. Let them learn from the name that represent resilience against oppression, the importance of documentation and justice, and Sikh principle of standing up for the weak. This renaming would educate, inspire, and signal that our schools celebrate all heroes who defend human dignity. I respectfully urge the board to approve the renaming of Cesar Chavez Middle School to Jaswant Singh Khalra at your next meeting, of course. Our students and future generations deserve a name that lights the path towards the truth and courage. Thank you.
Next is Harjot Singh.
Good evening, Superintendent and members of the board. My name is Harjot Singh, and I'm a proud alum of Cesar Chavez Middle School as well as James Logan High School. I still live in Union City after all these years, so you can say how much this means to me. I'm here tonight to support renaming CCMS in honor of Jaswant Singh Khalra. Growing up as a Sikh student and walking through the halls of CCMS and Logan, wearing a turban was not always the easiest. There were times when I felt different, misunderstood, or out of place. Like many students who appear different, wear a turban, or have different head coverings, I had moments where I questioned whether people truly understood who we were or where we came from. That's why I believe representation is so important. Seeing someone like Jaswant Singh Khalra honored in our school district would send a powerful message to students like me that our identity, stories, and communities matter too. The recent community survey showed that Jaswant Singh Khalra received the highest number of responses among all proposed names. That support came from students, parents, alumni like me, and community members who believe his legacy reflects values we should be teaching in our schools. Jaswant Singh Khalra stood for human rights, truth, and justice. He spoke up for people who did not have a voice, even if it placed his own life at risk. His courage continues to inspire people around the world. As someone who grew up in this district, I believe naming the school after him would inspire students to take pride in who they are, stand up for others, and lead with courage and compassion. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Next is Raj Kaur.
Good evening, Superintendent and members of the board. My name is Rajni Kaur, and I'm a member of the local Union City community. I want to thank you all for taking the time during this session to listen to some of our community perspectives. I'm here tonight to request for the renaming of CCMS in honor of Bhai Jaswant Singh Khalra. A very common question that is asked is, why should a school be named after an individual who never even stepped foot on American soil, someone that is tied to a specific ethnicity and religion? A school name should absolutely matter to the broader community, not just one group of people. Bhai Jaswant Singh Khalra's legacy is not limited to one community. He may have been Sikh and he may have lived in Punjab, but the values he stood for are universal. Courage, human rights, dignity, truth, and standing up for vulnerable people, even when it comes at personal cost. Many figures we honor in schools, history books, and public spaces are remembered not because they were local to that area, but because the principles they represented transcend geography. Students do not have to share someone's religion, ethnicity, or nationality to learn from their example. A student does not need to be Sikh to understand the importance of moral courage. A student does not need to be from Punjab to understand the importance of defending human dignity. And a student does not need to personally relate to someone's background in order to be inspired by their character. I also think it's important to recognize the reality of the community we are living in. Union City and the Bay Area are incredibly diverse. The children attending these schools come from families whose histories span the entire world. Part of what makes America unique is that we are capable of honoring people not solely because they were born here, but because their values embody strength, the kind of society we want to build here. And in many ways, that is deeply American. The idea that human rights matter everywhere, that silence in the face of injustice is dangerous, that ordinary individuals can stand up against wrongdoing. Those are lessons that benefit every student regardless of their background. So while Bhai Jaswant Singh Khalra may especially be meaningful to the Sikh community, I believe the principles he stood for are belonging to everyone. Thank you.
Next, Harjeet Singh.
Honorable Supervisor and respected board members. I think we have heard enough regarding Bhai Jaswant Singh Khalra's legacy. And I will just give you a quick equivalence of that. Like when we discovered these mass graves of ethnic people or minorities anywhere in the globe, Pol Pot, Canada, even American Indians here, you can correlate that's what Jaswant Singh Khalra exposed of extrajudicial killings in India, where moms did not know where the sons are. He went into these places where they burned the bodies and digged out the records to see which names were entered, because that, as per law, was supposed to be entered. He collected that database and exposed all the extrajudicial killings in Punjab during those turbulent times. Union City has a pretty diverse mix. We have a mayor who is a Sikh now. So I think what we want to see is that can naming of this school make it more like an inclusive arrangement in our school boards, not just in Union City, but across states. We already have a precedence where a school has been named in Fresno, I think, school district behind Jaswant Singh Khalra's name, just because of his legacy being a human rights activist. And in spite of knowing that he would be martyred if he go back to Punjab from Canada, he still went back to Punjab to keep working on his legacy. And he was actually extrajudicially killed by the Indian state, in spite of knowing that fact. So that's a legacy we are trying to present here, that by naming that school would be a big thing for our community, and I will appreciate your support. Thank you very much.
Next is Vanessa Sadsad.
Okay. I'm here to speak on the renaming. Nice time. All right, so I recognize that there's only one person here on this board that's actually from these schools. So I don't think you're gonna be able to receive this. But given that you closed my middle school and erased a large part of this community, that's erasing a lot of folks and a lot of students. As an alumni here of Dakota School, Barnard White Middle School, Guy Emanuel Elementary, and James Logan High School, a reflection of this community needs to be here. You're erasing so many folks. Not only that, as a grandchild of the first graduating class of James Logan High School, we are often not only erasing our folks, we're erasing our history. In alignment with our schools here, we have Itliong Veracruz, right? A lot of folks are here for that. We're honoring our farm workers. So to not replace the name of Cesar Chavez with not even Dolores Huerta or anyone from this community or its schools, be it a woman of color, we're doing a disservice and a negligence as alumni. I mean, it's great. I see one of my assistant principals right here from Barnard White Middle School, and yet we have erased our entire community here that was predominantly Latin. And now I only have one Latin representative here and the only one here that is actually from the schools. So unless you're gonna rename it to, I don't know, maybe Abigail Noche, let's see, Terry Johnson, Ms. Gina, there is no point in being here to not honor the people from this community. So it really should be Dolores Huerta or full stop, rename it, try again. Oh, also 29 more seconds. I'm here in solidarity also with our safe spaces. Just in November, we had folks in down the street in Hayward be deterred from letting ICE on campus, all because of codified board policy that was in practice and in protocol. Hayward deterred ICE on property. We should do the same here. Make your community feel safe. Thank you.
Next is Michelle Parnella.
So I'm going to speak to policy. Okay. The community forum was held last night, and this is not to minimize or comparative suffering, leapfrogging oppression, or any of that. This process is very rushed. I was up on that dais when Alvarado Middle School was renamed to Itliong Veracruz. Okay. Pat, I think you were on this side of the dais. And if not for the leadership of the board, this community would have been more divided than it was that night. So I just caution you to take that into consideration as you move forward with the renaming. We all agree that it needs to be renamed. Ramon did a great job explaining and putting some context to the timeline, painting the fields and putting hawks, and they want to put the name on one end zone. Well, you know what? You can have hawks on one end zone and you can have the school mascot on the other end zone. Problem solved. You don't have to have a name on either end zone, right? The signage in front of the school, it can be done when it can be done. Those are construction issues, okay? But this is a very highly charged emotional issue. People need time. There are those of us who have a lot of feelings around renamings and losing our identities and gentrification of our communities. So keep that in mind. Thank you.
Next up, Jose Zavalda.
Good evening. My name is Jose Zavala. I'm a graduating senior from James Logan High School. I'm here representing ESJ. I'm representing myself, my family, the members of our community, my mentors in the room, and our educators. I'm also obviously a student of New Haven Unified. I've been in this district since I was a little kid. And I cannot stress enough. Oh, before I get started on that, I didn't write a speech. Last time I came here with the script. Y'all saw I was reading off my phone. But here I'm speaking with true passion and true love for this cause. I'm graduating in a few days, and I didn't have to be here, but I'm here because I genuinely feel for this cause. And for the members of my community, we all are in heavy support of this Make New Haven a Safe Haven resolution. And I know the board, I've been meeting with y'all, I've been emailing y'all, and you guys have been showing us immense support. And Superintendent Thompson, I know sometimes we have some disagreements on some things, and that's fine. But I think it's for sure necessary to make this resolution pass, not only for the safety of the students of New Haven, but as well as for the safety as like the future. Like without the youth, there's no future of the world. And I think we gotta keep them safe. We gotta keep those who are still here safe. ESJ, we got some younger folk in the crowd, and they're here supporting us. They're doing stuff I wasn't even doing. So I think, please, like, take all of our words and soon to be words into consideration and pass this resolution. It would mean the world to a lot of us. Thank you for your time.
Next is Diego Zoale, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name.
Hello, my name is Diego Zavala, and I am a 10th grade sophomore student attending at James Logan High School and ESSJ Academy, and I'm pushing to make New Haven a safe haven. As each of us speak about this pressing issue, we voice our beliefs and our goals. You have all seen several scholars, worried parents, activists talk before you to make New Haven a sanctuary district. Some of you may be parents. Could you ever imagine your child being taken away from your ethnicity? Many students get encouraged to be proud of their ethnicity. How are we supposed to be proud when all we can do is fear? You could be the change of this. You have the option to either protect the youth or let the youth be taken by ICE. It has been known for years that education is key. Well, how could we be taught in an unsafe environment? The youth led future generations, and if we make this a sanctuary district now, we the youth are protecting ourselves and future generations. Please help us make this a part of our community's history. This isn't just another policy. It's a way for our community and how we want to shape it on how we want to be. Thank you.
Next is Jayla Berenke.
Good evening. My name is Jayla Berenke, a sophomore in the Ethnic Studies and Social Justice Academy, and this will be my third time speaking and urging you all to stand with us and the vulnerable immigrant families of our community. As our academy and those in support have mentioned before at the last two meetings, this issue affects every single one of us, especially as this district preaches unity. I ask that the board lives up to our district's name and that you take our efforts and our work towards building a community and environment where all students feel safe, secure, prioritized, into consideration, as you're given the chance today to make a difference and to stand on the right side of history. So again, I urge you all to pass our resolution into making New Haven a safe haven. Thank you.
Next is Elijah Nguyen.
Good evening, board. My name is Elijah Nguyen, and I'm a junior currently attending James Logan High School. I hope you're not sick of my face yet. Firstly, I want to thank the board for allowing ESSJ scholars like me and my colleague Gigi to be able to give input and feedback during the process of improving the Safe Haven resolution. And an extra special thank you to board trustees Freeberg and Irby, as well as Superintendent Thompson, for being a part of the committee that worked with us. The last two times I spoke on the Safe Haven resolution, I spoke about statistics and policies, why and how. But this time I'd like to get vulnerable and share my own story in hopes that the board can better understand the fear that has been circulating within our community and how crucial this resolution is. Like many others, my mother immigrated from Vietnam in hopes of better opportunities for both me and my younger brother. She did not speak English or read and write it, and to this day, she still struggles with their language, so much so that she only sticks to reading Vietnamese newspapers about things that are happening within our hometown. Why? I'm not sure either. When Trump's second term started and the barrage of ICE raids soon followed, I came home one day to her asking me, "Gong, have you heard about ICE? Are Gong and Am going to be okay at school because of ICE?" My brother and I have the privilege of being natural-born citizens, and my mother has owned a green card for longer than my younger brother has been born. So despite that, and the fact that my mother has never, ever read an American newspaper or news article in her life, the mere mention of ICE within an American news headline made her immediately fearful for her children's safety. And on top of that, it is near impossible for a parent to know what to do. There was nothing on any school websites that could reassure her that there are protections in place for us, let alone what they are. I'm sure that my family isn't the only one who is scared, and I'm sure that there are much more vulnerable families within this district that likely harbor even more fear than mine does. In the past few months alone, we have seen an increase in ICE activity in Hayward, and the threat towards families is only becoming more and more terrifying. So board, I urge you to pass ESSJ's Safe Haven resolution so we can ensure that students and families are protected. Please help us make New Haven a safe haven. Thank you.
Nikki Lee is next.
Good evening, board members. I'm pretty sure you have already recognized my face as I have spoke the last two meetings but for clarification, I'm Nikki Lee, a sophomore representing the James Logan Ethnic Studies and Social Justice Academy. So before I start, I want to thank the board members for taking the time to listen to students like me and continuing to engage with the concerns for your community. I understand that these decisions are not always easy, and I appreciate your willingness to hear different perspectives and consider policies that impact the safety and well-being to all our students. Tonight, I urge the board to vote yes on making New Haven a safe haven district, because students cannot succeed academically if they do not feel safe walking on campus every day. By taking this stand, the district would provide protection and reassurance not only for students but also for families and staff, allowing us to focus on our education rather than fear and uncertainty. This policy also creates accountability for assigning a district manager to oversee annual training for representatives at every school site, ensuring that all district employees understand students' rights and protections. In a time where so many decisions are being made from top down, New Haven has the opportunity to preserve democracy by listening to and protecting its community. Additionally, publicly visible signage and accessible information on school websites will ensure that students and families are aware of these rights and protections available to them. A safe haven district is not just about politics. It's about safety, trust, and making sure every student has the opportunity to learn in an environment where they feel protected and valued. Thank you.
Next is Maisha Manzoor.
Good evening. I'm a new face here. My name is Maisha Manzoor. I am a junior and ESSJ scholar at James Logan. For many students in our district, the fear surrounding immigration enforcement is personal. It follows students into classrooms, sports teams, and through hallways that are supposed to feel safe. At Logan, we are constantly told that school should be a place where students can succeed and build a future. But how are students supposed to focus on finals, college apps, or even making it through the school day when they are terrified for themselves? Fear changes students. It silences them in classrooms. It increases anxiety. It makes students feel that they do not belong in the very spaces meant to support them. We cannot have students living in fear. This resolution is not about politics. It is about humanity. It is about whether this district is willing to stand up and say that every student, regardless of immigration status, deserves dignity and protection without fear hanging over their head. Passing this resolution would send a message to students that New Haven sees us, values us, and will fight to keep our schools safe for every student. Thank you.
Next is Brendan Isla.
Good evening, board. My name is Brendan Isla, and I'm a current junior in the James Logan Ethnic Studies Social Justice Academy. This is my first time speaking out at a board meeting, and I appreciate everyone's time here. I'm here representing my own and many other immigrant families in the New Haven community. Today is a day that we can ensure the protection for us as current students and for the future students of this district from Immigration Services. I urge you to take the opportunity to approve our Safe Haven resolution, as the students of our academy has worked tireless hours into polishing this resolution to fit the criteria for the board in order for it to pass. I hope our community's efforts to show up for one another and to speak up for those who can't pushes you into passing our resolution and to make New Haven a safe haven. Thank you.
Next, Giovanna DePerio.
Hello, board members. At this point, I'm a familiar face. I'm a senior at James Logan. I'm a scholar in the Ethnic Studies Academy. I was in speech and debate, and I'm someone who is a product of this district. So this resolution is not just a resolution I've worked on, it's something I've poured my soul into. NHUSD cannot look at our students and say that we're not going to be targeted by ICE. We know this. So we should pass this resolution and take a proactive stance rather than a reactionary stance. I've seen your support firsthand. Board President Rafe, you've expressed your support in meetings with our scholars. Board members Kumar and Freeberg, you put our stoles on us at our ESSJ graduation. Board member Irby and Freeberg met with me and Elijah to work on a resolution that would be as acceptable and passable as possible. So we've seen the collaboration. We've seen your guys' work, and Board Member Gonzalez, we've worked with you in the past on various resolutions, so we know that there is a viable option. Looking at you all, I think of the collaboration that has occurred during this campaign. I've poured my heart and soul into this resolution, keeping our community in mind. This campaign is not just for the ESSJ scholars. It's for the community. It's for the Chinese parents who fear taking the surveys. It's for the Latino families that fear anything that can jeopardize their safety. Please stand with us in a place of love. The families that you protect with this resolution deserve their love with their family members to come from a place of love, not from a place of fear. Every change and every bit of advocacy comes from a deep sense of love for their people. Passing this resolution is an action of love, solidarity, and protection. Make New Haven a safe haven, and please protect our families, our scholars, and our community members. Thank you.
Next, Vanessa Sudson. Vanessa.
Thank you, board. I hope to be more articulate than the last. Shout out the current students. I just wanted to remind folks, first and foremost, this school district, if not the students, actually have a history, as you already know, of student-run and student-led social movements. Just in 2002 alone, it was the students here who repealed a statewide ban on what? Cell phones. So shout out those students. We know that is a social movement still going on. But in Hayward, I remind you that the agents were dressed in plain clothes and delivered an ICE subpoena for information about a former student. The school administrators followed established district protocol by referring the matter to the district council and so forth. I continue to stand in solidarity with our resolution here for the safe haven and safe space. Let's continue to lead right here in New Haven. Thank you.
Next, Millicent Dizon.
Good evening, board. I am the parent of this human over here who I'm very proud of. I was not expecting to cry, but I wanted to first thank you all for being at Honors Convocation. I want to thank you for being at the ESSJ graduation. What not a lot of people know about me is I was an immigrant. I was a green card holder in high school. I acclimated very well. I did not sound like an immigrant. Immigrants have rights. We need to protect them. We need to protect them in the very best way we can as you sit in your chairs and you reflect on what our students have talked about today. I want you to please make the right choice to pass this resolution. This will be a part of your living legacy in you collaborating with our children and the academy. Thank you.
Next, Ivan Beret Santos.
Good evening, board, Superintendent Thompson, fellow community members, scholars, y'all are doing a great job. I'm speaking here tonight filled with immense pride for our scholars, the work that they've continued to do over these past 2 years. The Safe Haven resolution is powerful because it's been completely student-driven. They've researched, organized, and written an amazing document, right? And I need everyone in this room to know, I need everyone in the community to know that this wasn't just for this year because of what had happened in the news. This is something that has been on the minds of these scholars for the past couple of years, right? We tried to get a resolution passed about it last year, but we understood the fear that stood in the community. We understood the fear that existed within the district. But I do also want to express the deep appreciation I have with the board members and district staff that have led with their hearts in this community and have been committed to supporting our scholars and their families throughout this whole process. By passing this, NHUSD, you are standing firmly on the correct side of history, right? While the broader oppressive system consistently prioritized centralizing power and profit, our district, even recently, right, chooses to walk a higher path. We want to make sure that we all prioritize community, the safety of our scholars, the safety of our family members. And even last year, you all took a stand to call for this country, right, to protect the lives of people thousands of miles away. Right now, I'm happy to see that we're making moves towards protecting our own neighbors, the lives of people here in our own community, and at the same time, the lives of, at the very least, one of your own family members, right? And so together, this process has shown the board, these scholars, a way and an example for the city of Union City. And I know I have a little bit of time, but please let me finish, right? That you're proving that you're all brave enough to stand up and defend your neighbors, especially those who are the most vulnerable to attacks and harassment, even in the face of intense scrutiny from people across political lines. You can prove that this board refuses to be a mere conduit for top-down control, and in doing so, you can reignite the fading light of true democracy in this country, in this community, and prove that when elected officials like yourselves stand with the people, the power remains where it needs to be, in the hands of the community. Right? In times that we live in, settling for being compassionate in this school district and being compassionate for this city is no longer enough. This moment demands courageous action to literally save human lives and fiercely protect our families' fundamental rights to safety and education. I want to thank you all for your courage, your leadership, and at the very, very least, remind you why you sit on this dais and who you represent and who you all should be listening to tonight. Thank you all.
Next, Marissa Villegas.
Good evening, Dr. Thompson, board, and community at large. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to address you this evening. My name is Marisa Villegas, and I'm the Raza Studies and LGBTQ+ Studies teacher at James Logan High School. I'm also the advisor for MECHA, which is the student-run Chicano Latino organization on our campus. As a Chicana, as a descendant of the original people of these continents, and as the granddaughter of immigrants and migrant workers who were and still are made to feel as if we do not belong on our own ancestral lands, I deeply implore you to approve the Ethnic Studies Social Justice Academy resolution to provide a safe haven within our school district for all students, regardless of their status in this nation. This community is made up of families and children from all over the world, as we can see in this meeting right now, who should not have to worry about the safety of their time while in school, one of the most sacred places to be. As members of the educational community, it is our collective responsibility to protect all of our students and to uphold their rights as members of our community. I would also like to congratulate the amazing students and educators who made this possible. You are true visionaries, and I am so proud to know you. Thank you for standing up for one another and for our immigrant community. Thank you.
And next, Maria Caceres.
Good evening. My name is Mireya Cázares. I am a long time resident of Union City and spent my entire career here in New Haven. So both as a student and an employee, I pretty much have spent the majority of my entire life in New Haven. I'm here today to speak on the renaming process. The site has actually, this will be the third time that site has been renamed, and I have lived through all three of them. The first one when I was a student at James Logan myself. So I know very clearly and deeply how renaming a school can be either a really positive experience that brings a community together, or it can also be one that divides us. What I'm concerned about is the speed of the process. There have been many parents who have asked me to speak tonight because they did not respond. And the reason they did not respond was already touched upon. Many of our immigrant families are nervous about responding in email and text. They have become afraid because they don't know where that information is going. So we need to consider that in the process. I understand as a principal, especially of my beloved Cesar Chavez Middle School, how a community and belongingness matters to students. There's not a lot you can do to guarantee a student's safety, but you can do many things. And one of them is to create a community in a school that helps students feel good about being there. And part of that begins with how this process goes forward. I understand the need to want a name by September so that the new year can start on a new page. I am completely for that. But if we need to extend it by a few weeks or days or a month, it needs to happen for the good of this community. As a mother and a former student, teacher, administrator, and daughter of an immigrant, I want to lend my support to this resolution, which is absolutely necessary, not just for the site, but for this entire city. And I hope City Council is listening tonight.
Next, Lydia Eden.
Good evening, board, superintendent, community, students. My name is Lydia Edom. I am a parent in this district. My daughter goes to James Logan High School. I'm also a school site council chair at Logan, but more importantly, I wanted to speak on the renaming of Cesar Chavez Middle School. My daughter went to Cesar Chavez Middle School. My 2 younger siblings went there. I was school site council chair there. My father was school site council chair there as well. So we're a generational family in this district. And I just want to put forward my support for the renaming of the school to Tommy Lindsay. So I think it's one of the top names on the list. Tommy Lindsay has been a visionary and a leader and has touched the lives of all students across all cultures in our community. He is local. He's had local impact on a national stage. He's established our forensics program, as you all know. 27 years that program is a national first place award-winning program in our country. He is a local teacher. He still, even in retirement, he has scholarship programs. He is still mentoring Justin Corrupt, Teacher of the Year, who now leads the forensics program, and has countless impact on my siblings, my brothers, my friends, their friends, and now my children. And so I just want to put my support for a local hero, someone who's brought Union City and put it on the national stage through the Oprah Winfrey Show in the 80s, and somebody who's been impactful for all of us. And so thank you.
Next up is Layla Pinkley.
Hello, board. Hello, fellow community members. My name is Layla Finkley. I am a current James Logan student, graduating senior, and a CCMS alumni. I am here to put forward that no matter what we rename CCMS as, it should be a member of this community like all the other schools in the area. We will erase our history if we do something otherwise. This is a very small area in the grand scheme of San Francisco and the Bay Area. We should preserve what we have. I'd also like to put forward specifically Tommy Lindsay, because as a James Logan student, I have seen the impact that his forensics program has had on my fellow students. I've seen the amazing schools they've gotten into and the amazing experiences that they've had because of that program. And to just brush over that and name the school as something else when we have this opportunity to honor someone who is still alive, which is very rare. We still at Logan. I saw him on Saturday. We should take that opportunity. Thank you.
No more blue cards.
Thompson. And now, do we have CSEA president with us? No, thank. All right. Do we have an NHGA president to report? No.
Good evening, President Raffay, board members, Superintendent Thompson, staff, students, families, and community members. I want to apologize. I haven't been sick all year and I've finally gotten sick. So I apologize. My name is Gavin Smith. I am not the NHTA president. I am NHTA's treasurer. I also teach at James Logan High School. But I am tonight proud to speak on behalf of our New Haven Teachers Association president, Shane Henderson. He sends his best from Sacramento, where he's currently attending the CTA President's Lobby Days, advocating directly to lawmakers for funding and resources for our schools that our schools deserve. As we cross the finish line of another school year, we have much to celebrate. It has been a successful year for our district, our educators, and our students. Furthermore, we are thrilled to announce that we have reached a tentative agreement on bargaining for the next 2 years, pending ratification by our membership and approval by this board. This labor peace is a victory for the entire New Haven community. While it does bring stability and fosters collaboration, as highlighted by our speakers tonight, there remains work to be done toward dignity and belonging to all of our New Haven community. This week marks Classified School Employee Week. Let us be clear, our classified staff is the backbone of New Haven Unified. To our paraeducators, custodians, bus drivers, food service workers, office staff, IT specialists, and maintenance teams, thank you. You work tirelessly both behind the scenes and right alongside our educators to keep our students safe, fed, and supported. Speaking of backbone, last Saturday we honored Manny Allen as this year's NHTA WHO Award recipient. WHO stands for We Honor Ours. This award recognizes the very best in union leadership and dedication to public education. Manny embodies the spirit of advocacy and service that keeps our schools strong, and we congratulate her on this prestigious and hard-earned honor. To our retirees, and I am wearing a button, this is Brenda Moreno. She is, well, soon will not be our most senior employee in the district, 40 years of service. But I want to thank all the retirees for their lifetimes of service. You have left an indelible mark on New Haven, and your impact will ripple through this community for generations. To the class of 2026, and some of you are out here, you made it. We are incredibly proud of your resilience and your achievements, and we know that you will thrive in whatever chapter you write next. But even as we celebrate, our advocacy never stops. Right now, our union is fighting for 5 crucial changes in Sacramento, and I want to let you guys know about them, and hopefully we will support these. Fully fund Prop 98. The current state proposal shortchanges California schools by $3.9 billion, nearly $600 per student. We are demanding that lawmakers bridge this gap. Corporate accountability, SB 1349. California is the world's 4th largest economy. It is time to close outdated loopholes and ensure mega corporations pay their fair share to support public schools. Paid pregnancy leave, AB 65. Providing 14 weeks of paid leave is a matter of basic dignity that will help us retain incredible educators. In the 3-year budget projection mandate, we are one of only 6 states with this requirement. It ties the hand of school districts and prevents us from spending today's dollars on today's students. And then lastly, teacher apprenticeships, AB 1904. To solve the staffing crisis, we must invest in new accessible pathways to bring talented new educators into our classrooms. Thank you to the board and the leadership and the entire New Haven community for your partnership this year. Have a wonderful and well-deserved summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Now, the information item, do we have an update on Cesar Chavez Middle School renaming?
Yes, I can give an update on the process. So as you've heard tonight, a lot of strong feelings about the process. The survey that went out has closed. The community forum was held Monday evening. Now the renaming committee led by Principal Camacho has the difficult task of coming together and trying to sort through all the information they have and bring a recommendation to the board at the first June board meeting. And then at that point, it'll be up to the board to determine how you want to proceed. Either if they come with a list of no more than 3 names, you could select names. If you want to adjust the timeline, you can do it or do something different. You have that option. But that's where we're at. So the committees will meet. I'm not sure when they're meeting actually, but it'll be before the board meeting so they can bring something forward. I don't know what that would
be. Thank you. And
President Rafe, can I just ask a question?
Sure, yes.
So just to understand, Dr. Thompson, so will the committee be bringing 3 names to the board or will they also share the rest of the data?
They'll their charge is to bring up to no more than 3 names to the board, and then depending on what else I don't know where they're going to be at with all of it. So but they'll come with that, and I don't know if they'll have any other recommendations.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question. So as this was something that was discussed in the resolution meeting, how are we capturing the feedback and feelings around the renaming to the folks that don't feel comfortable filling out surveys and the older generation of Latinos who have these strong feelings? This is their history, their culture, but they're not comfortable.
Yeah, that's a great question. The committee, it's something the committee will have to ponder. And I can share with them the concerns that have been raised here. And
Well,
then-
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I don't have a great answer to that. That's something we'd have to look into.
Any other questions?
That's it.
Thank you. So items from the board, Trustee Kumar?
Thank you, President Rafe. Well, celebrations all around. Definitely my favorite part of the year, and I'm sure it's true for everyone. I attended the honors convocation at Logan, and I'm going to do a few shout outs. I was present at the 10th Black graduation, and shout out to D3A for all the incredible work you do for our students. Thank you. We had our very first Punjabi graduation, and it was beautiful. Shout out to our Punjabi Parent Advisory Committee for a lovely recognition of our students. So thank you, JP. Last night, I attended the ESSJ graduation. I have the shirt on. I am so proud of these students for using the power of advocacy and bringing about real change. It's truly amazing. Shout out to Mr. Santos and his staff for supporting this. And last but not the least, I attended the IVC promotion today. It was lovely. Middle schoolers are always fun to watch. Tomorrow is graduation where I teach, and my students requested that I be there. So I'm going to be at Mission College for graduation. So I will miss the CCMS graduation, but I will be there on Thursday, seniors. Thank you.
Thank you. And Trustee Gonzalez?
Nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. And Trustee Irby?
Yes, I've, like Trustee Kumar, I've been attending a number of promotions and graduations celebrations. And what was special really for me is that 10 years ago, I did attend the first D3A graduation, and I had the honor of attending the first Punjabi graduation. So that's been lots of fun. And then again, I'm looking forward to all the other promotions and graduations I'll be attending in the near future. And I believe I have a Guy Emanuel promotion tomorrow morning and an MVROP, emergency board meeting tomorrow morning, and then the rest of the promotions and graduations following.
Exciting. Thank you. And Vice President for Freeburg?
Can I add one more thing? And I just wanted to say that I'm not going to name the individual, but at the Raza graduation, we had a certificated staff member sing with a mariachi group, and that was probably tremendously spectacular. And it not just entertained me, but the community loved it. And so shout out to that particular certificated staff member. We love you.
Is it okay if I go after you?
Sure. Okay. Vice President Freeburg. So for me, it's like, it's the time of celebration for many and time for mourning for plenty. I'd like to start with the celebrations. Congratulations to ESSJ scholars. You make us proud again and again. And please continue this trend. Please continue this trend. And thanks, Mr. Ivan Santos, for instilling the love of finding the truth and standing by it in our scholars. Thank you. I had the opportunity to attend 7 graduations and promotions, and a few more are upcoming. But now I'd like to talk about the phrase, enough is enough. We started in 2018 after Parkland shooting at a high school where 17 people were killed. As some of you might know of, another school shooting, another hate crime at San Diego Islamic School that happened yesterday at 11 a.m. by a high schooler, a 17-year-old boy and his 19-year-old companion. They could have killed many more if not for the guard and the school secretary and a neighbor who lost their lives, saving many lives that could have been lost. This incident has shaken the Muslim community, as we have 5 full-time K-12 Islamic schools in the Bay Area. Those who did this took their lives. Their parents have lost their teenage sons forever. We need to help dispel hate and othering of our homes and our communities and our schools. May peace prevail over hate. Thank you.
I thought I had my printouts. I didn't end up with them, so apologies. I'm going to read from my phone. So this time of year is especially gratifying as a board member. I want to share that the ESSJ resolution meeting last week was exceptionally productive, and I want to thank the scholars, Ivan Santos, Trustee Irby, Raquel Bocage, and Superintendent Thompson for a productive and impactful conversation. Last week, I also attended the New Haven Schools Foundation Scholarship Luncheon and Scholarships Award Ceremony. It is truly an amazing thing to see our students awarded almost $300,000 in New Haven Schools Foundation scholarships. Helen Kennedy and the team at New Haven Schools Foundation do some amazing work. I also recently had the pleasure, absolute pleasure, of attending the D3 sponsored Black graduation and the ESSJ graduation. Getting to attend graduations and promotions of our students and seeing them move on to the next level, so full of promise and joy, truly makes my heart swell. It's an exciting and joyful time to be on the board to celebrate our students' success. However, there's always a however, it's also been a deeply troubling time to be on this board because of the decision to involuntarily reassign all but one of the teachers from New Haven Academy for the 2026-2027 school year. While this specific personnel decision is not an administrative action that the board does not typically vote on, I want to clearly state for the record that I do not agree with it. I will say for all the decisions this administration has made that I don't agree with, this is the one that keeps me up at night. For those of you that don't know, New Haven Academy, NHA, is an alternative school of choice. It used to be called the Dakota School for Independent Study. It provides flexible, independent study programs for K through 12 students. Its explicit mission is to provide a safe, non-judgmental environment with a flexible schedule designed to accommodate unique individual needs, health challenges, and personnel commitments. In reality, New Haven Academy serves as a vital safety net for our students' most vulnerable and marginalized kids. Including, students facing severe medical issues, pregnant or parenting teens, and children with incarcerated parents who literally cannot attend a traditional classroom. The impacted staff, these educators are being removed from this vital program are a group of dedicated teachers who have been Teachers of the Year, grant recipients, founders of scholarships and programs, organizers, program leaders, and lifelong contributors to New Haven Unified School District. One of the pushed out educators is a 36-year veteran in the district who created the first high school level Asian American class and co-founded the first ethnic studies department in the nation. Her unmatched dedication has been recognized as the 2017 New Haven Unified School District Teacher of the Year, an NEA Human Rights Awardee, an NHSF Guy Emanuel Service Awardee, an Alameda County Reading Associate Awardee, a Silicon Valley Reading Associate Awardee, an NFL Teacher of the Year nominee, and a Union City Chamber of Commerce Spirit Awardee. Nearly the entire tenured teaching staff was released from their assignments at the same time. That fact alone suggests this was not truly about individual performance deficiencies, but rather about how a larger issue regarding how the district chose to restructure or redefine the program. I'm going to share some core concerns and feedback from NHA staff, parents, and students. An entire community of over 200 students has lost its connection to a K-12 school in our district. Concerns raised by the teachers at New Haven Academy go far beyond the reassignment itself. They are about the complete disregard for our families. For a lot of our students, NHA is a home where they feel success, often for the first time in education, a connection to their teacher, and a real opportunity to reach graduation. The district plans to hire brand new, completely untested teachers and a new counselor who do not understand this student population, pushing out the deeply caring, experienced educators who built trusted relationships with these students will cause irreparable harm to youth who so desperately need stability. What is also troubling is hearing the negative narrative about these teachers told to parents, peers, and the school board. Not only is the negative narrative inappropriate and unprofessional, but it also undermines the accomplishments, dedication, and professionalism of the educators who serve that program. It also diminishes the trust families had in these teachers in the school and now in New Haven Unified School District. This is not what New Haven Unified School District is. New Haven Unified School District has a rich, diverse history and community with multi-generational educators and families, and that is being further eroded. In closing, I want to say that the harm to these marginalized students will have an invisible but potentially far-reaching negative impact, perhaps even generational impact. I'm going to repeat that. This is a decision that could potentially have a negative impact on our children's future and generations to come. Is that really what we as a school board, as NHTA, as the administration in this district, is this really what we want to co-sign? That's it.
Thank you, Vice President Freeberg. Superintendent Thompson.
Well, as we are wrapping up another year, looking back on the year, we've had a lot of challenges, but we've also had some amazing, amazing moments. And it starts with our students. ESSJ here tonight is a perfect example. If you had a chance to see the Searles Lion King presentation, it was phenomenal. Robotics competitions at Hillview Crest, it goes on and on. Our families working together, our D3A families and our Punjabi families working together for the graduation ceremonies and everything else, amazing experiences. And then looking back across all of it and what keeps the foundation of everything that we do that makes us a success in this district, it's really our staff and phenomenal staff. I have the wonderful privilege of being able to go to all school sites and see our staff in action, and I'm always impressed. On that note, I'd like to call out our classified employees for Classified Employee Appreciation Week. Really, when it gets down to it, when people ask me, I say, well, there are classified employees. That's the reason why things work, because they are the core of what keeps our offices running, our schools clean. And I just want to thank them for everything they do. Lastly, we're losing a longtime employee who grew up here as a student and when it was a teacher, worked his way through the administration, is normally sitting right there where John Matos is, and that's Derek McNamara, who's retiring from us after many, many years of service. He was supposed to be here tonight. We were supposed to honor him, but he, for a guy who I don't think ever took a sick day, he's sick tonight. And I think he's actually sick instead of trying to get out of it. So anyway, thank you for everybody. It's been a really, a lot of, like I said, a lot of challenges here, but a great year overall. That's it.
Thank you, Dr. Thompson. Now we are at action items. Consideration of student number 1 recommendation for expulsion. May I have a motion and second to expel student number 1?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Aye.
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 No.
Aye. Adopt resolution number 0642526, Pride Month, June 2026. May I have a volunteer to read the resolution? Oh, wait a minute, sorry. Okay, you said no. So discussion?
No.
No? So,
We don't have to have a consensus.
all right, then, okay. Next one is, may I have a, may I have a volunteer to read resolution resolution on Pride Month?
Did we wrap up the first action item?
We all voted.
Right.
Yeah, we all voted.
You have to enter that into the record, don't you?
Okay, so the motion passes 4-1. Thank you. Okay, so may I have someone to read the Pride Month resolution?
Sure. Got y'all used to hearing my voice. Yeah, let me pull it up. New Haven Unified School District Board of Education, Resolution Number 064-2526, Pride Month, June 2026. Whereas on June 28th, 1969, the New York City Police Department raided the Stonewall Inn, sparking days of resistance that catalyzed the modern LGBTQ+ civil rights movement. And whereas the Stonewall Uprising was led by marginalized voices, including Marsha P. Johnson, a Black transgender woman whose activism highlights the intersectional struggles for justice faced by LGBTQ+ people of color. And whereas Pride Month coincides with Juneteenth, the commemoration of the emancipation of enslaved African Americans on June 19th, 1865. And both observances serve as a powerful reminder that the pursuit of equity and liberation is a shared and ongoing struggle. Whereas the movement born at Stonewall has evolved into a global celebration of diversity, expanding its language from the early term gay pride to the inclusive LGBTQIA2S+ acronym, reflecting a broad spectrum of identities and experiences. Whereas the rainbow flag, designed by Gilbert Baker in 1978, stands as a universal symbol of hope, diversity, and the resilient spirit of the LGBTQ+ community. And whereas the rainbow, and whereas every student deserves a safe and inclusive learning environment, yet LGBTQ+ youth continue to face disproportionate challenges, including higher rates of school disengagement that must be addressed through intentional support and representation. And whereas Research demonstrates that inclusive policies and explicit protections against bullying based on sexual orientation and gender identity significantly reduce harassment and foster a culture of belonging for all students and staff. Whereas raising the rainbow pride flag during June serves as a visible affirmation of the district's commitment to the safety, dignity, and success of its LGBTQ+ students, staff, and families. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the New Haven Unified School District hereby recognizes June as LGBTQIA2S+ Pride Month to celebrate our diversity, strengthen our alliances, and reaffirm our mission to provide a secure and welcoming environment for every member of our community. And be it further resolved that the district shall raise the rainbow pride flag at school sites and district locations throughout June to honor and celebrate LGBTQIA2S+ Pride Month, passed and adopted by the Governing Board of Education of the New Haven Unified School District, County of Alameda, this 19th day of May 2026 by the following vote.
Thank you. May I have a motion and second to adopt resolution number 064-2526?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
I actually
Aye.
have a discussion. So I did not realize that Juneteenth was referenced in here. That should be its own resolution. I don't know why we're mixing it into June being Pride Month. That's just my question.
Was it a Juneteenth?
Point of order, we have a motion on, we have a motion to approve and a second. Let's go ahead and vote, and then, we've added it to discussion. Let's just go ahead and move forward. We could we need to do something in the near future. I think we could do it. But we need to move forward. We have a motion already approved,
Isn't
moved,
this
and seconded.
the point where we have a discussion?
Yeah, this is the discussion.
Madam President?
I would like to suggest.
Okay.
How do we do?
Let's proceed.
Okay.
Proceed with the vote.
Okay. So all in favor, say aye.
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 No.
Opposed?
Yes.
Okay, abstentions? So motion passes 4-1. May I have a motion and second to adopt resolution number 065-2526, affirming all district facilities and programs as a safe haven for students and families?
So moved.
Second.
And discussion?
President Rafe?
Yes.
I just wanted to give a shout out to our governance team here for indulging me in my request to include scholars in this process. I think it was really good. When I met with ESSJ in April in their classroom, I don't know if you remember, but I shared about how student safety is a priority for each and every member who's sitting at this dais. And so it was very important that not only does this pass, but it needs to pass unanimously, a 5-0. If you remember, I said we want a 5-0. And the only way that can happen is by coming together. And so I do want to thank Trustee Irby and Trustee Freeberg for taking the time, and Raquel Bocage, and Dr. Thompson, and of course our ESSJ team. Thank you so much for collaborating.
Okay, discussion then. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. May I have a motion and second to approve agreement for ASB Works software licenses?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. May I have a motion and second to adopt standard forensic science instructional materials for high school 2026-27?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. May I have a motion and second to approve contract with Instructure Inc. for transcript services 2026-27?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. May I have a motion and second to approve purchase of Lepria Education Developing Decoders Book 2026-27?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Now we're on consent agenda items. Are there any items on which trustees have questions or need clarification or would like pulled for separate vote? Seeing none, may I have a motion and second to approve consent agenda items 12A through 12B?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Aye.
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 Aye, thank you. If no, okay, there's nothing pulled. May I have a motion and second to, this is, okay. Now, governance review. Any comments from the trustees regarding any governance? Seeing none?
We skipped over committee reports.
Ooh, that was way back. All right.
Sorry.
Do we have any committee reports that trustees would like to share?
Just one from the MVROP. We're holding an extra meeting on May 20th tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the morning at the MVROP Service Center at, what is it, Bremer and Stevenson at their main building.
Thank you. Trustee Freeberg?
I have a committee report. Let me pull it up. So this last week, the New Haven Schools Foundation was able to award $500,000 in scholarships, 269 awards to 160 students, the most ever on all points. They also awarded $93,500 in classroom grants to teachers. While they were not able to fund all requests, they've sent a number of those proposals to outside funders. They're hoping for good news. They are also serving as the fiscal sponsor for Alameda County's Science in the Park event on 10/3/26 at CSU East Bay. Hosted by Superintendent Eliza Marquez, NHUSD science teachers will be invited to host all activities at booths during the event. More info to come over the summer and when school starts. They really enjoyed hosting the New Haven Fun Run and participating in New Haven Day. Special shout out to Jimmy the Colt. Also, requests for next year, if the event can be moved back to April, they might have greater participation from track and field. They were down about 100 runners because of a conflicting track meet. There's also a Lazy Dog fundraiser through tomorrow. 15% goes to New Haven Schools Foundation. And they'll be hosting a booth at National Night Out on August 4th. That's
Thank
it.
you, President Freeberg. Are there board trustee requests for all staff? Okay.
Can we have a governance session in July, the month of July, on Robert's Rules of Orders, a training on that?
There was no plan to have a meeting in July, and so I made plans around that.
I also have plans around that.
Right.
And then myself, you know, as trustee Freeberg mentioned, maybe we do need to look at a resolution for Juneteenth specifically, and, you know, task staff to go ahead and to do the appropriate research and then prepare for a future agenda.
A suggestion with that would possibly, we have a slate that the board's adopted. That'd be a good thing to review at the government session in August, and then we could take a look at that, if that's okay. I mean, it's up to the board. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, you have the slate you've adopted.
Well,
Unless you want to do something for June specifically.
it was wrapped up into Pride Month because it is in June.
But whatever the board wants to. If you want us to craft a separate resolution in June, if we have consensus, we can do that.
I think you should proceed and craft a separate resolution that we could approve in the first meeting in June.
Okay.
All right. So, any other items from the staff? Okay, there being no further business, this meeting is adjourned at 8:33.